All right, good to see everybody. This is episode 26. Let me get this in of Behind the Toolbelt with TC Backer Construction. We're super excited about tonight. Let me just look at the picture. You guys have been doing just some phenomenal work. Really. I'm going to do air high five and stuff. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. I mean, the heat. I saw you guys hydrated. Amazing what you guys did today. Chris, I mean, I saw, it's company-wide, your culture. Please share this out. We appreciate it. I was on the job a little bit with them. The work that you guys do is just outstanding. I mean, you guys really do put a hard day's work in for your clients. And anyone that's dealing with you is really lucky to deal with you. So we're glad that we're partnered up and we're part of the team. Thank you, everyone that shares this, invites. We appreciate you sharing, inviting. This is a social community. This is your phone book. This is your way to get to know the people that work and are part of this culture, this family of TC Backer. Mm-hmm. Always hashtag Behind the Toolbelt and Weather Buster. Don't forget about the Weather Buster windows and doors. We're going to talk about roofing today. We have a lot of great pictures. And Chris, we have the pictures on here. Awesome. But Cody, good to see you. Mackenzie, top fan. I'll never forget that. Good to see you, Mackenzie. Chris, good to see you. Share this. Invite your friends. How do you like the new gear? TC Backer right here, right?
I see you out there repping on the job with that on.
Man.
I loved it.
It was good. But really, you guys do an amazing job when it comes to all the craftsmanship. But it's beyond that, really. You guys have taken this thing beyond it. You're a rolling home show. Like the vendors that you have that you deal with, right? Like they love to be around because you guys do so good at being publicly out there.
Right.
I'm a social media influencer. You're a social media company influence, which is amazing culture.
Yeah.
Like where you come, you leave a footprint in that community, and that's awesome. You saw how many people came up that appreciated the things you guys did.
Yeah, absolutely,
that talked about transitional living. If I say it wrong,
harvest living.
Right? That
shout out to Christy. She's actually watching right now. Shout out to you, Christy.
Christy, good to see you. Bob, good to see you. Rehoboth Rob.
Yeah, what's up, Bob?
Good to see you. Please share this out. Start a watch party. Invite your friends. And then, obviously, when you put your town, that's how we connect to see where everybody's from tonight. So we appreciate you. Be smart. Be safe. And Pennsylvania, keep doing a great job of keeping the COVID numbers down. I got to tell you, keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
I'm used to wearing my mask and doing all my stuff, and I'm just in the rowboat now, just being a part of the solution. So appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this. We're going to go over some great pictures of a job. You guys did a flat roof, and that's something we have not seen before.
Right.
So that's going to be great to see.
Yeah.
And the tools that you have to pull out and the different things I'm sure you have to do to the equipment, the permit, all that different stuff that you guys do to perform that job today. The part that I saw was outstanding.
Yeah.
With little inconvenience on the community.
Right.
Which there you are guys thinking again, right? Like how can we be a minimal impact on the community and make properties beautiful? And the whole story, I mean, you can talk about it. It's a great story. Great organization, Life Path Ministries, and we got to tour it.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
That was cool.
Yeah, that
and
was
to go
cool.
back with the history, like you guys are keeping history alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're the first responders of history. Because if you don't have a roof, your history in that building is going to be gone. I know I get all. Dawn, good to see you. Remember Dawn, right at the home show, her husband, the plumber?
Yeah.
So good to see them. And congratulations on your new home. They just bought a new house.
Oh, nice.
So anyone that has a birthday and anniversary, and remember, TC Backer Construction is looking for sales professional. Always, always. So if you know someone, tag them. Share this to a sales group. They're looking for gutter people, guttermen, gutter women. And you know that lingo if you understand it. Putting up gutters, fascia.
Yeah.
Siding people, that know how to do crafts people in it that understand how the water comes off. Like they get the water from the chimney to the curb, and that's important, and where it goes in between.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Horizon Lawns.
Yeah.
Chief Brian, good to see you, man.
Yeah,
You're
Chief
awesome.
Brian.
Kimberly, good to see you. Chuck in his truck, not Pete in the
truck.
pickup. Good to see you.
That's right.
Ryan Bruner, best barber in York.
Yeah, we're loving all of you. Thanks for sharing, starting to watch party. All right, so I'll let you guys do your shout outs and what you want to say. Exciting show we got tonight.
Yeah,
We got a lot
you
of
guys
good stuff
take it
here.
right to the end.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have a camper on the back with a shower to get ready to go.
Yeah, we should.
Dude, I was close today, man. I was close.
We do.
I was close.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, long days, long hours, you know, but we're grinding it out, and we're keeping everybody fed. We're giving the guys plenty of hours. We're keeping our economy strong right now, and that's been my focus for the past 4 months, was not to miss a beat. We had a little bit of a dip, but not really. I would say we compensated in other areas to fill that blank where, you know, things had slowed down in Pennsylvania there a little bit with new construction, but the remodeling end of things, we kept up pretty good. You know, we sold more shingles than last year, this year at this time. If that makes any sense what I just said, but anyhow, we did better this year than we did last year at this time.
Dude, we've been crushing, man.
Yeah,
we've
been crushing it. We've been, you know, selling gutters, selling windows. We just got in with two HOAs that today I got the green light on, giving them all new gutters and gutter guards, and we've been doing the roofs and siding repairs and probably the windows. And then I got in with another HOA that's actually around the corner from the shop there, that I'm waiting on approval for our windows, TC Backer, Weatherbuster windows by TC Backer, new construction with grids to match the existing that was there. Obviously, we upgraded their windows. We gave them double hung, double strength glass, low E argon, new sliding glass doors, and a storm door for this lady. So we're going to get in with that HOA. New roof too. I forgot she wanted a new roof. They want pewter gray HDZs put on it. So things are good, man. And these have been all leads and jobs that came in through the pandemic. A lot of this stuff takes some time to come to fruition. But, you know, and that's the thing about sales. You just because you haven't heard from someone, you know, in a while, you know, do a little follow-up call, and then there's a lot of legwork that goes into it compared to new construction. You know, you got to find information and data sheets, you know, to compare to what was there, to match what was there, but you got to make it nicer than what was there, because the new construction window typically isn't as nice as, you know, a newer window that you would install today, especially if the window's like 19 years old, single hung. You know, the glass was real thin. The glass looks milky. It's, you know, the seals are broken and stuff like that. But there's a lot of good things going on. So we're looking for several different types of people right now. We're looking for service techs. I'm looking for an estimator, not a salesperson, but I am looking for an estimator who is familiar with, you know, different programs and platforms. You know, the quickest and easiest one off the top of my head is Excel and PowerPoint and Word documents. You know, those types of things. I think basically if you're familiar with those kinds of things,
right,
you can be familiar with what some of our new construction builders use. The platforms that they use. You know, the Schedule Pro and the Data Forma and the Field Views and those kinds of things where we pull the prints from.
Right. So it could be someone that was working for a builder that might not be working for one right now.
Or an engineer, or someone who is familiar with AutoCAD.
Okay. PlanSwift, we use PlanSwift.
Yeah, we use PlanSwift. So that's a full-time gig right there with what our plans are to do with those. You know, that individual can be male or female. You know, if you have any experience with reading blueprints is a must. You have to know how to read blueprints. You know, be familiar with not necessarily PlanSwift, but have maybe a background in AutoCAD. You know, Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, stuff like that. I mean, anyone who has experience in that, even if they didn't work for a builder, let's say they were an interior designer, you know, and no AutoCAD, they would probably be a good fit. You know, someone who's organized, someone who's self-motivated, someone who, you know, is their grammar. You know, we need someone who has good grammar and spelling and you know, those motivation, and someone who's willing to work a lot of hours.
So they don't have to want to work with people. They have to want to work with like information and putting it together.
Yes, exactly.
Right, because typically that person is not a personable. They love all the information part of it and gathering it. Right or wrong? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be interaction with people. A lot of time, what that happens is, unfortunately, in the new construction world, from the issues that I deal with, that this person would probably deal with instead of me. You know, if we get a purchase order in that is, you know, the quantities are wrong or the dollar amounts are wrong or something like that, we need to be on top of that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, man.
You know, and so there would be some interaction, you know, with a human being on the other side of the fence with the builder.
Yeah.
You know, just saying, hey, you know, so and so, this is wrong.
Yeah, no face-to-face contact,
right,
mostly probably.
right.
But
via
that's
email.
a way different thing. than
Maybe a
phone calls.
very rare instance, you know, if we really just can't get our quantities down on a print, you know, we might have to, you know, myself and you go out and do a field measurement or
field
something
measurement.
like that.
But
Yeah.
someone that knows how to track that information,
Yes.
right? That understands
Right.
they own that part, right? They're
Right.
like, listen, these numbers are going to add up. This information, we
Yes.
understand these plans. There's 80 windows and there's only 40 on the blueprint.
Right.
Yeah,
and
right,
the person that we're looking for that's hearing this right now knows exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this all makes sense.
Yeah.
And they could probably finish the sentences that we're talking right now.
Yeah.
If that fits you, please reach out to myself or Ty or Shane. We definitely want to have a conversation with you. There's a really good opportunity here right now.
Yeah, Mike Farnsworth said, TC, look me up, need to chat. So maybe that's a prospect right there. So
Yeah, definitely.
Victory
definitely.
Security.
Vic,
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, brother. Thanks for watching. Mike Gordon, man, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for supporting us and share this out to your friends and family. Thanks, buddy. So we did that. We're doing a flat roof today for Life's Path. What is it? That's a food bank and a shelter.
Yep.
What did he say? They normally this time of year they house 86 individuals, and then in the winter months when it gets cold, there it is. Inch and Company. We're a proud supporter of Inch and Company, and they definitely have supported us over the years.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without them. But that's cool, really cool picture. You ought to share that to their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yep, Jeff Inch, John Inch, those boys over there, Heather Saylor, all good people.
Yeah. Yeah,
John
the guy that
Miller.
dropped this dumpster off, I did not catch his name. He was a young kid. Really good guy. Really personable.
Yeah.
Really
Cool.
nice guy. Easy to talk to. You know, was
Nice.
genuinely interested in what we were
nice.
doing
How
and
you
stuff.
got that thing in between that car back there.
I told him where
Yeah.
I wanted it, and he put it. I mean, I
Dropped
could have
it.
put a dime on the ground there, and he'd have dropped that wheel right on that dime.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I was
Hi,
nervous, but you know, he showed me pretty quickly and knew what he was doing. So
Awesome. Yeah, so a lot of time and thought and process goes into this, a job this big.
absolutely.
You know, there's permits you got to pull, there's inspections that need to happen. The inspector had enough faith in us to not have to check the sheeting after we tore it up. He was willing to receive photos for that, but he will come back for the final inspection when the
Yep.
job's complete, which is pretty cool. And that's building relationships with, you know, the city and inspectors and stuff like
Yes.
that. I've been on job sites already where you've had to wait a half a day where work stops until they inspect the sheeting, the deck. What does the deck look like? Well, we were putting new sheeting down anyhow, so
Yeah.
so all that was repaired. We took out some curbs, some vents, some things that just weren't in use anymore that become a leak issue and maintenance issue later on. So we took all that stuff out. We're, you know, professionally installing it.
And that started with that one leak inside. He showed us that one
Yeah.
leak.
Yeah.
Led to that whole thing.
Yeah, look at that.
And how smart. Shout out to the maintenance people. If you're a company and you're a maintenance person, you guys will do a free estimate like you must have did for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That to see all those bags and all that stuff. Like, is that years and years? That's all
Dude,
rock.
that's years and years and years and years, man.
Leaking.
Of
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about the safety of the people that they have now are not going to have those moisture because that's all water, right? That causes that. I mean, that's yucky looking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this stuff, I'm not even joking, Shane. When they ripped, because there was a layer of rubber that sat down over top of this whole thing that unfortunately I didn't get a picture of on this phone. But there was a layer of rubber over top of that. So when they pulled that rubber up to start, because they were making like bags out of this rubber, they'd cut 6 foot by 6 foot sections of it, and they'd fill it and tie it up into bags to make it easier.
Yeah.
But when I walked on this stuff, it was like,
wasn't that?
No, that was the roof next to it.
Okay.
But that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's basically what it looked like.
On the top, that's
Yeah.
what it looked like.
That's what it looked like before.
And
we
so
were
underneath was all that.
Yep.
So one little
So you
leak
can see
somewhere.
all the plates that you can see in the other picture. These are the plates that hold the boards down.
Yep. Safety
Wow.
first, so the guys are putting up guide rails there
Yes.
to stay away from the edge.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll let you. These are your pictures.
Yeah. So it was an all day process. There was a lot of coordination that went into this particular job. It's right on Market Street. There's constantly people going in and out because they're open. I mean, they help a lot of people.
Yeah.
What did they say? 108,000 meals.
Yeah.
a
Served.
week.
Yeah.
Served. Yeah.
Yeah, they serve
Crazy.
108,000 meals a week
Wow.
out of that building,
Yeah.
and that is crazy. That is crazy. And
Well,
there was
like you
people
said,
in and out all
he
day.
houses 86 people this time of year and 116 in the colder
Yeah.
months.
If it gets
so-
cold.
And,
Yeah.
and the sanitation that he's got to go through, all the bedding that's washed
Yeah.
every day, the sinks and bathrooms are sanitized on a daily basis.
And praise
stuff.
God, they've had no cases, so they have a great
Yeah.
system down.
And how much work GJ did to get that place up and running the way that it is right now, like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
From what he was explaining
Yeah,
to us, the
that's what he
lockers
said.
that were
Yeah.
there and the leftover clothes that was there and stuff, he got rid of all that. The rooms were clean.
I know.
I didn't think people were
I
staying
didn't think
there.
people stayed there
I
either.
thought it was empty.
I thought it was just
So,
staged for like
they have a-
overflow or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a daily system, man. That's
Yeah.
a fine old machine.
Yeah.
Reminds me of you guys
Yeah.
watching them come in.
Right.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that's what you would
Yeah.
hear. I
Right.
mean, when you looked in there, I couldn't believe it either. He said this will be full
How
tonight.
clean it was.
Yeah,
I
well, I
was
mean,
like,
you,
wow.
you can tell that everyone there that works there,
Mm-hmm.
their position is clear. They
Mhm.
know what their responsibility is. They care about their work.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
when you get a group of people that work like that together,
Mhm.
you know, you
Amazing.
can accomplish a lot of things like a well-oiled machine. You know, that's why we're able to do our thing. We got.
Did you see what
People-
Christy said?
I did see that. That's awesome,
Oh.
Christy. That is so awesome. They're going to open
Praise
another
God.
house for the girls.
Mhm. We're glad that we could help.
Yeah, that's because of work that you guys do.
Yep.
You know, we do the easy stuff.
Yep,
You know, what we do is easy. You guys do the hard work every day.
absolutely. The things that nobody sees, you guys behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's not even. You know, she does this not because she has to. She does it because she wants to.
Right. She's passionate about
Yeah,
it.
she's
That's the same
passionate about
thing that you get at all those people, all the people down there that we saw today, man. I
Yeah.
got to see a lot of people, you know, and everyone's just so cheerful. Even the people that are in the unfortunate situations that
Yeah.
are going in and out of there, everyone's cheerful, man.
Yeah.
You know,
And
we got more flack from the drivers passing by that we had to stop in traffic and stuff, and
Yeah.
then you know the
You can
people-
tell the gratitude levels
Oh,
of
100%,
people.
man.
How
100%.
grateful the people coming in and out of
Yes.
the building were just to have a roof over their
Oh.
head tonight and a hot meal to eat, compared to the people driving by who are in such a hurry because they have no place to go.
Right.
You know,
Total difference.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. It was humbling
Exactly.
to watch that this morning.
Yep.
And to be a part of that's pretty awesome, man.
Yes.
And, you know,
I love this stuff, man.
transitional
I gotta tell you, I love
harvest
this stuff.
harvest transitional living goes with what life path is. Life
Absolutely.
path is that when you get to the rock bottom, and then transitional, they talk about them. They want organizations like that. You heard them, right?
Yeah.
Where they can go to the next step.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like they're bridging the gap.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're trying to help people get where they need
Yeah.
to be. You know,
Right.
it's like a stepping stone.
Independent living.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of
No
people
judgment.
that are in those positions, man, they have a hard time making that transition. You know?
Trey,
I mean,
Aaron,
let's
Tony,
just face
Tammy.
it. If you're you know stuck in a system or you know are set in a certain way for a numerous years in your life, you're going to be used to that. And
Yeah.
Right.
you know, you get a kick in your butt and just put out in the adult world.
Mm-hmm.
That's setting someone up for failure, man.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
these programs that are around, you know, they help people a lot, man. And there's a good core group of companies local in the York area that are doing everything that they can to help all these people.
Absolutely.
So it's just great, man. Trey, what's up, man? I was just telling these guys earlier, I had that Cali BLT wrap for lunch today. If any of you guys out there have not checked out, let us know, down on George Street.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this was the best wrap that I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
It was so good. And
Yeah.
you can pick any of these. They got a menu, and you can pick any of them, put them in a salad, or you can get them on a wrap. I had the Cali BLT wrap on a wheat wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Solid.
Out
Yeah.
of this world.
Nice.
out of this
Nice.
world.
Nice.
So Trey, if you didn't hear last week, man, we want to do a block party at one of our tear-offs. We have a big community that we're ripping a bunch of roofs off and stuff. We want to do a big block party, and we want you to bring your trailer down and post it up here so that all the we just gonna want to get lunch for everyone, man.
Yeah.
So
the workers, the neighbors, anybody who wants to participate that lives in the neighborhood. It's like a block. We want to throw a block party while we're doing a re-roof.
Right.
We want to step outside the box. We want to get the community involved.
Yeah.
As we're trying to beautify the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of these buildings are significantly older. Have needed new roofs for quite some time now, or siding repairs, windows, or gutters. And we get a thrill out of going in there and doing facelifts.
Yeah, man.
I mean, amazing. This reminds me of like when you did the thing with the CA in Lancaster when you were out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
And to actually see it inside the house, like we got to, I mean, not the house, but the building, which was pretty cool. And he was like, this is where I saw the leak.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and he was on it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Man.
That was pretty cool. And then you guys asked him questions, and because it was an older building, and they had the air conditioning, which I was surprised.
I was
there.
too, and that's what that was. That was the ductwork. And if you noticed, in between the floors, there was this much space between the floors, the ceiling and the floor, so the ductwork could pass through to the next unit. I never would have thought. I would have never imagined that there was that much space.
Right.
Empty, dead space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He said they marry buildings together like crazy.
Right.
So your guys' job has to be complicated to figure all that stuff out. To figure out where's the stop, where's the go. Is there two buildings? Because he was saying,
Exactly.
you must see that two buildings put into one.
Yeah.
Well, just trying to get up that high isn't the easiest thing when you got all those buildings mashed together.
Yeah.
And out back there's parking, but there isn't parking. This one was actually better than some situations.
This was one of the better buildings that we've done in town.
Wow.
When you told me that we got a big job, a flat roof job on Market Street, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, you got, number one, it's Market Street. It's busy. It's crap. There's usually power lines everywhere. There's nowhere to park. There's nowhere to get materials. I'm just thinking, what a nightmare. But this, dude, we figured it out. And I'll tell you,
I was like, wow.
it was hot today. It was extremely hot. These guys tore this thing off. It was a sight to see, man. And nobody complained. I didn't hear a single complaint out of anybody. The coordination that it took between myself, Scott, and Brandon to stop traffic. I mean, I did probably 25 to 30 dumps in that thing. So you got to boom this machine up onto the roof.
I was like, wow.
They load it up with trash, and then you got to back up across 3 lanes of traffic on Market Street, close all traffic down, go over to a dumpster, dump it, and then get back in position and do it. We did that all day long, and it was hot, and nobody complained, man. Everyone had a smile on their face all day. Like I love my guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Like for real. Like we crushed it today.
Yeah. You can't make stuff happen like that without the fellowship and the camaraderie and the culture.
Yeah.
Just everyone working together, no one complaining, everyone knows their role.
You look at this mess that we had up there to start, man.
Every time I talked to Chris today, all I heard was laughter in the background. I didn't hear anyone. I didn't hear people screaming at each other. Like back when I was a kid growing up in construction, dude, if people weren't screaming, we weren't working. Right. Bricks being thrown at each other. And
I took this picture. I took this picture specifically. This is a tool that you normally chop trees down with.
Yeah.
This was a very important tool in the process today. So that just tells you the kind of work that these guys went through to get this roof off, man. There's guys up there swinging axes and unloading this roof with shovels because it was just crumbling.
Yeah.
You're basically taking asphalt off of a roof. It was terrible work.
And it was hot, so it
was
had to
hot.
be like...
It was miserable. I was miserable, but everyone kept a smile on their face, man. Talking to the people that are going in and out of the ministry. And some of these people that we're talking to, they don't even know how they're going to eat tonight. You know what I mean? But they're still asking how your day is. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind. Like that's why I want to do this stuff, man. You know what I mean? Because those people deserve it for real.
Absolutely.
But I took this picture specifically just to kind of show people what the guys went through today, man. And, we took that mess and we turned it into, we got the whole thing tore off today. And we turned it into just bare decking, man. The guys did a great job. Here's one of the holes we removed. there used to be a kitchen underneath this spot here, so we removed two of the big round whirlybird fans out of there.
Yeah, that's what those circle holes.
Yeah, this square hole that right here. This was an old curb that probably had some kind of air handler on top of it or something like that.
That's what I was thinking too.
So we threw all that stuff in the dumpster, man. Took it down to this. This is what the roofs used to be made out of.
Yep.
I mean,
Really?
yeah, man. You just had your old
plank.
tongue and groove planking. I was telling Ty on the phone. I was like, this. For as old as this building is, I actually learned a fun fact today. The Hershey family owns this building.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually donated a lot of the money that went to fixing this thing up. I almost wanted to sand these things and put some stain on them. Because, I mean, you can just see the age, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
1922.
history.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
history.
Yeah, they used
Wow.
to bake Hershey's
food,
cakes,
Yeah.
chocolate in
Yeah.
there.
Yep,
Yeah,
That's
so,
nuts.
that's amazing.
there's going to be some spots that
That's
we're going to have to touch up, but I
Huge
mean,
piece of history right there.
yeah, but I mean, look at
I
this,
mean, to
this
see that you
trash
guys
pile.
took it down to that broom swept,
Yeah.
clean
That was
Yeah.
the
floor.
original roof right there.
Wow.
That's called build up.
So
Yes.
what did they do in between? Did they tar? Did they have tar back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. Would just slap tar on there with a mop,
Pretty
like you
much.
used to see a guy with a thing, and that's what they would do.
Yeah, and I mean, it has a lot of the same traits that the ice and water shield. It has that trait that it heats up in the summertime,
Okay.
and it will self heal almost. You know,
Oh,
that,
okay.
that tar
That makes
heats
sense.
up, and if you get a puncture in it, that tar will heat up and self heal. So,
Yep.
but it's really not good for the environment. It's not good for
No.
you, really. They
No, and
they
the
went away with it.
elasticity wears out too.
Right.
I think that's what
Okay.
happens. That's probably why they threw a rubber roof over top of it.
Right.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the building moves and stuff, it'll crack and
Dry rods,
yeah.
expansion, contraction, heat, cold. It just the elastic.
So this is
Yeah,
kind of
it's just
what we were left with today.
Wow.
We tore that, and you've seen how messy that was, man. It took us. I'd say if I had to put a number on it, it was probably 25 dumps that we had to do, and we had to build a box. We built a box out of 2 skids and some plywood for the end of this forklift, and we ratchet strapped it so we could basically use it as a dump. I mean,
Dump box.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of teamwork, a lot of coordination. It took a lot. These big jobs. It's a breath of fresh air for myself because I don't really see this stuff very much. My expertise just happens to be in the flat roof area, so
Yep.
this was like right down my alley.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
And
amazing.
shout out to Hector from Apex.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hector. Your guys did a phenomenal job today, man. Everyone was great. I had no complaints today.
They were
whatsoever.
awesome. They were happy.
Yeah. And
they
I
were
apologize to
workhorses.
anyone that was on Market Street today between Penn and Newberry, and you had to stop because I know we were probably a pain in the butt, but I feel
You
we
guys
got it
were
done.
really courteous. I watched it. I sat back and watched it, man. You guys did not take up a lot of time. You guys were courteous of the traffic, even if the traffic
Yeah.
wasn't courteous of you.
I'd
I
say
saw
after
it.
the third dump, we had it down to a system.
Yeah.
I was backed up and had the stuff dumped and was back in place.
I mean, and you had a
probably
serious
within
load on
35
that.
seconds.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
But-
I mean, you had a serious load, and you guys were just fine. The whole team was aware of every situation,
Yeah.
on top of it, orchestrated, just like a fine old machine.
Right, and safely.
Yes.
That was the important thing. That's
Right.
what me and Chris discussed this morning before we started the job is whatever we do, we have to keep in mind safety first.
100%.
Safety first for our guys. People walking down the street, down the sidewalk, cars going down the street. Like, we have to be aware of our surroundings on this one.
Right. Right.
And I think the guys did a phenomenal job. That was the hard part. Today was the hard part.
Right.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Getting
Was
everything
the
off.
demo.
Yep.
The demo,
Yeah.
getting it off the roof, and we did it.
Yeah, we
Today
got
was
all our materials
huge
staged.
success.
Yeah,
Yes.
guys can go in tomorrow. They can lay sheeting.
Yeah.
I can get some good pictures for the city for inspection.
Yep.
After we fix some of the issues that I found under the decking,
Right.
we'll lay new sheeting down, get good pictures of that, and then the guys will just be able to lay rubber, man, and then it'll be detail. We'll finish up probably Friday with coping,
Yep.
which is this metal here that's on the wall.
I was gonna ask what that was.
Yeah,
So
so
you
that's-
guys are replacing that?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
we're
called
ripping all that
coping?
off. That's
Coping.
coping. Yeah, that's all custom bent. You got to get your measurements. You put what's called cleat down, and then that coping, these ridges on the edge of the coping actually click onto what's called a cleat that you
Yeah.
attach to the wall. So that'll be the last
That
thing
caps it
there.
off.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then this thing's gonna be done, man.
And we're not putting down just like your half-inch insulation board. Chris decided to use 1-inch ISO board on it.
Yeah. So they're gonna have some R's out of this.
Yeah.
We're
So
using
the
1x6s
insulation,
around the whole edges.
It'll hold up better. It won't do what the last one did.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is gonna be. They won't have to worry about their roof for a very long time.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah. If anyone's driving by tomorrow, honk at me. I'll be out there again tomorrow all day with the guys.
Bud, thanks for your service. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right there, York City's finest. Good dude right
what's
there.
going on, bud?
Boom. And Chuck in a Truck, congratulations on your did you get a Road King? Was that a Road
did.
King I saw?
Yeah, he did.
With big white walls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro, that's nice. Awesome. It's good to see everybody. Please share this. Please invite your friends. This is a 1922 building, and you guys came in there and got it ready to go in one day.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of work.
So there's going to be some minor fixes that we'll have to do that we find just for structural integrity, but we can easily prove with all these pictures that we're not just going to go in and slap a Band-Aid on this. This is going to be a full facelift on the roof.
Yeah. We're not going to go and waste all that time and money to just do something wrong.
No way.
Now's not the time to cut corners.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for the cause, not just for who it is or anything. This is how we treat
every
all our
roof.
clients.
Yeah, you guys do.
You know what I mean? It's just what we do. You know what I mean? The city trusted us enough not to come out and inspect what we were doing, only till after we're done.
Right.
I mean, what does that say?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's like you said, man. It's the relationships that you develop with people.
Exactly.
These people in these positions are familiar with us.
Yeah.
They know the kind of integrity that we have, the kind
Exactly.
of work that we do.
Yes.
So
You guys are
they
out
trust
there.
us.
And that's a good feeling. So we didn't have
Yeah.
to wait for him coming in. He was like, just send me pictures.
And honestly, he probably knew that if he sat on Facebook long enough, he would probably see it.
Probably, yes.
Like, that's awesome.
Yes.
A lot of people
Right.
trust that. I mean, I don't think you even know. I don't even know. But I mean, that's an amazing thing. What if every company, eventually was on Facebook and you could just
Right.
pick them like real on your own, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's amazing what you all do.
Yeah.
Derek, good to see you, man. Dave, good to see you. Please share this out. Please start a watch party. They're looking for sales professionals. They're looking for an estimator knowing CAD, interior design type stuff. Someone that can read blueprints, gather information, follow information, track information, and communicate it to the proper parties.
Exactly.
And love doing it. At the end of the day, because everyone that's a part of this team has to love it. It's kind of like if you go on, I can relate to football, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone doesn't do it, like if the lineman doesn't block, you can have the greatest quarterback in the world, but he's getting sacked.
Right.
And that's how your team, the team of TC Backer family is. Like, everyone's got to hold it. No one can do anything extra. They're already doing the best they can do, which is amazing. So you got to hold your ground.
Right.
And that's all they're asking.
And it's funny you say that because I was talking to Lauren today. Like, our entry level roof is a lifetime roof when it comes to shingles.
Yeah.
That's our entry level. Like, when most people do like a good, better, best. Well, our good is a lifetime roofing system. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to dip below that. We're going to make it work for you somehow, some way.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lifetime roof on your house. And even if to match your budget, we do financing. You could have storm damage. I mean, there's many ways. Like, if you need a roof, we'll figure out how to get a roof on your house. You know what I mean? I don't want to, take away from the integrity of the roof because. You don't want to spend $500 extra or something like that. Yeah, because I don't want to use organic fell paper. I don't want to not use starter strips. I don't want to not use ice and water in the valleys or down at the bottom. I don't want to use an oversized strip edge. I don't want to not use, sealer ridge.
Because those are guaranteed service calls.
Right.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to use it.
Yeah.
Like 5, 10, 20 years from now, if it was installed correctly, there's no such thing as a 12-month warranty.
Right.
5 years from now, if it was installed incorrectly, we're still on the hook for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point in time, let's say I decide to retire in 5 years. I don't want Chris to have to deal with that crap.
Yeah.
Because I decided it was okay to cut corners on somebody's roof because they didn't want to spend an extra $500.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's the thing. When you're in business long enough and you've seen just about everything, and I've seen just about everything. I mean, not everything, but there's been situations that I've saw. And some of it was just due to lack of training and knowledge on my behalf. Experience is the best teacher.
Amen.
I don't care who you are, what industry you're in.
Absolutely.
But you can have the highest education and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on reading books and being taught in school until you get out in the field with whatever trade or industry you decide to get in. Hands-on experience is the best teacher. Experience and just being around and doing it long enough. So my point is, you know, there was things that had happened 10 years ago in jobs that we did that going back 10 years later and looking at it and realizing, well, you know, how different codes are now. Like back in the day, we didn't have to, there wasn't ice and water at the bottoms or in the valleys. We put tin.
Yeah.
There was tin. Looking back now, and it wasn't because that wasn't the way that I was taught that way. That's what we were supposed to do back then. Not knowing I'm blasting holes in that tin with the nail gun, or back then, before that, it was hand nails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
We were hand nailing nails straight through the tin, through the shingle into the tin, not realizing we're thinking, oh, we're doing a great job. We're staying out far enough, but who knew ice was going to build up? Snow was going to build up, ice was going to build up. You know what I mean? Until new technologies came out, you know. And back in the day, they didn't even use Tyvek paper on the walls before we put siding on it.
Yeah,
and there sure as heck wasn't taping the step flashing.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of these things have evolved over the past 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Tyvek paper, Typar paper, low E house wrap. Now we got house wrap that gives you an arm back.
I saw at the aluminum foil that we had the home show.
Yeah, do
That was-
you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like that
crazy.
wasn't here 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But we were taught a certain way, and that's, you know, when we tore that roof up, that tar that was tore up, then that was what they did. That was it. That was the materials. That was the products they had to work with.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So why would I, with the technology we have? I guess the point is,
You wouldn't go backwards when you
yes,
have the forward
with
technology.
the technology and the experience that I have today, I
That's
don't want to
integrity.
not.
Yeah,
But-
because you know
and
better.
make sure that the ice and water isn't 2 feet inside the heated wall.
Yeah.
Why would I do that when I know what's going to happen 5 or 10 years from now?
Yeah, and your brand, you wouldn't do that.
To save $500 bucks.
Yeah.
You know, and I said that to Janice like one day, few months ago, maybe it was, and she took the wind out of my sales because I was like, I don't want to sell nothing other than a lifetimer. She goes, what about someone like Mackenzie or Chris? You know, first-time home buyers that just don't have the money to match their budget.
Yeah.
Well, I still don't want to put a crap roof on their house.
Yeah, that was a bad example because she's got your grandkid in her box.
Right, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
no,
I,
that makes
but
sense.
I understand, but
Yeah.
we'll try to work around your budget.
There's a
figure
lot
out-
of different ways you can sit back and try to figure
Listen,
out how
we
to.
have so much leftover product. There's nothing wrong with it sitting in the shop. We will figure out how to get a roof on your house if you're a couple bucks short.
Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
figure it out, man.
Yeah.
And that's how passionate I am. I mean,
I love it.
This whole situation right here. There was 2 other roofing contractors that bailed on this guy.
Wow.
We were the first ones to step up. They said they were going to do it. They bailed. The second one said they were going to do it. They bailed on him. He made one call to us, and I told him we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And on the day we told him we were going to do it.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing is, man, when I pulled up this morning, GJ came out and he was like, you know, I got to tell you guys, I can just tell within 10 minutes of sitting here watching you guys get set up and operate that number one, you guys care about what you do, you know what you're doing, and I was so pleased just to see you guys showing up
Yes.
and gonna do this because
He
you
was
know
there the whole
nobody
time.
wanted to do this, man.
Yeah.
No one wanted this job, and I understand why. There was a lot of coordination. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon's in the chat right now. Brandon Severns.
Brandon.
Shout out to you, man. I could not have done what I did today without you. I called him this morning at about 9 o'clock, and I was like, "Yo, I need you down here to help direct this traffic." It was a lot more entailed than I thought.
Right.
I spoke to you, and I was like, "I think I can get away with just blocking one lane." No,
Well,
we had to
yeah.
block all 3 lanes.
Well, the lift is so big.
Yeah,
It's not as big
and-
as you think it is to your
Right,
driving.
right. And me and
It's
Brandon worked
massive.
together doing
Right.
traffic stuff at our previous company, so I knew if I had him there, we were gonna figure it out.
Right.
And I could not have done it without him, man.
Right on.
He kept everyone safe, us and the pedestrians included.
Sorry for knocking over your soda, man. I nailed that thing. So sorry, Brandon. I owe you a Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
But yes,
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for real. So he had an appointment at 10 o'clock this morning with a homeowner that he had to go to. He got a bunch of orders and stuff done, and then he shot down and spent the entire day there with me. So shout out to you, bro. You do great work, and I can't do what I do without you. So
Right on. Me neither. Thank you. And Derek, I see Derek on there. Derek said he's got a bunch of pictures. Well, let us have them, and we'll post them on here, buddy. I know you, Denny, and Greg, and Brian, and what's our new guy's name? Aaron.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are out there killing it right now. Hopefully, Aaron's fitting in.
Yeah.
And doing a good job. I haven't heard any complaints yet.
Yeah, I know that, Brandon. Thank you, brother.
What else are we doing here? Tomorrow we're gonna resheet this thing.
Yep, we're gonna put all new sheeting down over top of this.
Get a picture of the sign. If you go down Market Street, get a hustle muscle picture. Hashtag behind the tool belt.
Yes,
Hashtag.
and you'll get a T-shirt that looks just like the one Shane's wearing.
So it's right on Market and Penn, man. Go out there, get the pic, and get the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Just message it to one of us. It's huge. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to send it to you? Or do you have it?
I have it on my thing.
So you can airdrop it. We'll get it on here. We'll show it to you so you got a full a fair shot. If not, let me see. I can grab it.
Got it right
hey,
there.
please. Oh, you do? All right. So airdrop.
Maybe.
Here, I'll grab it. Let me
I
see.
don't.
Let me airdrop this picture. Hold on,
I
real
don't
quick.
have it.
And I do. All right, airdrop. Oh, that's kind of a video. Hold on. Hey, if you guys could please share this out, though, really appreciate it. You know what? We'll just do. We're gonna do a little video. That's all. So give me a second. And if you could put your town in the comments, that's always so nice when people put their town in the comments.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that.
Chad Coster, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight.
All right, here we go. So there's a little video of it. What can you see it? I guess I can't make it bigger because it's a video. Well, I can snap a picture. Let me show you a little trick I got. Boom. All right, so now I can make it bigger. So give me 1 second. Boom. All right, here we go. So check it out. So if you go down, you see where it says Life Path. Oh, there's 1922. See it on the corner? Hershey. So right there, Life Path. If you get a picture in front of this safely, obviously it's up to you, man. I can't tell you. Like, you be safe and don't block traffic. But get a hustle muscle picture or a picture with you and hashtag behind the tool belt, hashtag weatherbuster. Send it to any one of us, TC Backer, Horizon Lawns, Chris, Ty, myself, any of the team, and you got a T-shirt.
Yeah, man.
A Ballin' TC Backer T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, join the brand, man.
Yeah, join the brand.
So we love you. Look, they're protecting families. They're providing opportunities for careers, not jobs, careers, because this is careers.
Absolutely.
Like I said, Chuck just got a Road King, and he upgraded the bike he already had, because he already had a bike.
Yeah, he had a douche.
Right? And now he got the Road King.
Yeah,
Road King's one of my
King.
favorite bikes. Probably my favorite riding bike.
Yeah, me too.
But I like the front stuff. So,
Yeah.
but my favorite riding bike is a Road King. I would say 100%.
Yeah.
And so when you got the Don't Touch My Truck,
Yeah, man.
right, platinum,
That's my baby.
Yeah.
right, and then you
Right.
got one,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So they drive. I saw Chris's truck. Everyone's stuff there, really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Harleys,
Brandon was bought a nice new
motorcycles.
truck.
Yeah, man.
Bob got a brand new
I think
truck.
Tyler just got a Harley. I think he
Yeah.
got a soft tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a career is what I'm saying, and they have families, right?
Mhm.
And they're doing stuff in the community. So this is a circle of love for the passion of the career you choose.
Absolutely.
And listen, if it ever isn't, it's okay. Like, be okay. Oh, sorry, Chris.
You're good,
People come and go, and not everyone fits. You know how many cultures I was in that I didn't fit in?
Right.
A lot, and it's okay. And they have a great way to check you out, and you can check them out. And if you're a homeowner, they tell you, get 3 estimates. I listen to them, and it's done me well ever since I've done that.
Yeah.
And
Especially on such a big investment, man. Your house is your biggest investment.
Yeah.
Well, for most people, it's your
Yeah.
biggest investment.
Yep.
You don't want to just go with the first person, even if that first person gives you such a great feeling
Yeah.
and a great vibe.
yeah, and that's
You
hard
know,
to be
yeah.
like. Totally
Yeah, because
embrace.
I mean, I can guarantee you, we're gonna come in and we're gonna give you a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, we're gonna have you ask all the questions. We're gonna say all the things that you know, but still, do yourself due diligence and shop around a little bit on something such a big purchase. You gotta get multiple opinions.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll educate you on your
Right.
roof and why your roof's acting the way that it is and why you probably didn't get the full life expectancy out of it. We were out at a gentleman's house last week it was, and they said, actually it was a female, I'm sorry, she said that you were the only one that came out so far that got in my attic. Well, when I was there, she had 2 bathroom vents. Neither one of them had flex hose. attached to it. I mean, not even in the attic.
That
Anything
grosses me out even thinking
Right.
about that.
And then
Yeah,
the
man.
one was hidden underneath the pink rolled insulation with the wire exposed. And the piece of drywall that they cut the ceiling out with to put the fan up there was still laying on top of it with the pink insulation over it, swear to God. So she actually crawled up the steps with me, and I'm sticking my finger through her sheeting, and I showed her those vents. I said, this is exactly why your roof is doing what it is right now. She was like, get out. Well, then I shined the flashlight over towards her soffit. At that time, I knew she had solid vinyl soffits there, but when I shined the flashlight over, I knew I couldn't see no light. So I knew they were blocked, but I didn't know from what. Well, when I shined the flashlight over there, she actually had wooden soffit with no ventilation whatsoever. It
Wow.
was totally blocked off. Then somebody put vinyl solid soffit to just cover it up. So I guess they didn't have to paint it anymore.
I got
Without
you.
cutting vents in it, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then putting vented soffits. So between that and then all of that moisture blowing up through there and not allowing it to exhaust to get the hot air out of there. You know what I mean? In the wintertime, a lot of people don't realize this. In the wintertime, you want to keep your attic cold. You want to keep that snow on your roof. If your snow is melting, if you look at all your other neighbors, okay, this is one good thing to know if you're losing energy or not through your roof. If you notice that your snow has melted before anyone else's, the chances are that you're probably losing energy. You'll notice some people's roofs will have snow on it for a long time. That means their roof was installed correctly, not just the roof.
But the whole
The insulation and
ventilation,
everything.
The insulation and
insulate-
everything.
okay.
Or you'll look at your house and you'll notice, how come the snow's just melting in that one area? I've seen it where there was like a circle or a square where there would be just one section where you could see the shingles, but
Yeah.
everywhere else was covered with snow. Well, because you're losing energy in that spot. Or half of your roof, I've seen where half or just the front or the back
Right.
Wow.
was still snow covered and the other was all melted off. And now that I'm saying that, you'll notice it this winter if we get snow.
Yeah, are we looking?
How long the snow lasts on your house? If
Yeah,
you
man.
can outbeat anyone else in your neighborhood, you had a good roof installed.
The
on your house.
TC Backer Who Done It episode.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
Right.
listen, you guys go out and you're like, who done it? Let me find where this leak is. Who
Right.
done it, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
so they're figuring out, because there's a lot of craftspeople that come in contact with your house, right? We
Yeah.
got dishes we've talked about that people don't realize.
Right.
Right? People put in Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And so you give them these tips and you're like, wow, I didn't realize this, right?
Yeah.
And so now someone might have a roof and they said, hey, they're upset. They're like, it's 15, 20 years old. The technology then is just like your computer. You wouldn't have a computer 20 years old.
No.
Your tires aren't going to be 20 years old.
No.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Even the way that the mechanics, so roofing is no different,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
you guys are on top. How do you stay on top of the technology? Is it your vendors coming to you? You guys seeking a little bit of everything? I mean,
Little
'cause you
bit
guys
of
are
everything.
on
We're
top.
in the game. You know what I mean? We're
There
in the
you
game.
go. You couldn't have said it better. They're in a game.
Yeah.
You do a lot of roofs, so even though someone might be roofing for 10 years, I mean, you do roofing, siding, windows, doors, all that. It's the amount that you do
Right.
that makes you so fine. It's like, you know, you can bring in the infantry or you can bring in the snipers, and you guys snipe out leaks
Yeah.
and replace
Absolutely.
roofs and doors
Right.
and windows, and you make it affordable and you make adjustments.
Mhm.
That's what's really awesome, man, is the adjustability you guys have towards the consumer, towards the community, and towards the culture of the family that puts it all together.
Absolutely, man.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like the octopus, man. You have all these different arms out in the community.
Yeah.
You know, because community's every part of it, and they get that. That's what's awesome, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're working and your career's there, you're an important part of the community, right?
Yeah.
So you go to restaurants, you go to places,
Yeah.
you buy Harleys and trucks and whatever.
Right.
You know, go to Ace Hardware and buy local.
Yeah, man.
You know, all these different.
Every
You guys are
weekend.
amazing about buying local.
Absolutely.
Right, so you want to shout out any vendors while we're here, because you guys do a great job.
Yeah, so I mean, we already
Who's
shouted out,
Lift?
let us know.
Yeah.
The lift, where did we get the equipter from?
We got it from the Equipter.
Yeah,
From-
okay.
From Equipter.
Equipter.
Yeah.
Okay,
from
well,
And
Equipter.
you're going to have them on someday, right? Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
So,
Sunbelt Rentals that
Yeah,
we
I was
get a
gonna
lot
say
of
Sunbelt.
our heavy equipment from, as far as like in like the new construction phase.
Yeah.
Whatever basically Jim Hankey can't get for us, we get through
Yeah.
Sunbelt Rentals. And
Yeah.
plus we do a lot of our lifts are used down in the Maryland market because they build really big buildings down there, man.
really?
We just don't
Yeah.
have. We have a ladder that's capable of getting on these buildings, but
You're not one that you're going to want to carry the whole way around.
Yeah, she's heavy, man.
You're going to see some episodes. You're going to see us down there. So
she's like 250, 300
wow.
pounds. It's not fun.
No,
it takes 3 to 4 of us to set it up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad in my soul asking my guys to get this ladder out. So I made a promise with my guys that anytime I tell you that you're going to use this ladder, you know, I'll try to be there with you, or you know, I'll try to load you up with guys. I'm not going to send it on a 2-man crew, but we just try not to get that.
Well, it's a 3-tier ladder. Most ladders are just 2.
Yeah.
Well, this is 3.
Yeah, it gets you 60 feet in the air.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
It's not fun.
But you do need it in certain situations where you just can't get a lift.
Right.
And that's experience. You guys know it.
100%. 100%.
You know, I saw a video of a guy loading something wrong, right? An example.
Yeah.
And he tried to load one of them big track hose or something. He tried to do it by himself, and it fell right off.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the dirt underneath, he wasn't experienced. And, you know, people understand not everyone's experienced. And you say
You
about
can hurt
that
somebody,
three
man.
estimates.
Yeah, and
You can hurt
experience
somebody.
doesn't happen overnight, man. You
Wow.
know, everyone wants to happen. You know, have it happen tomorrow, today. You know, this has taken years to evolve. You know, this didn't happen overnight. Did I have dreams and expectations? Of course I did when I was on Linden Avenue laying in bed at night. You know, when it was just me and another guy. I had expectations and goals, and one of my goals was, one of my very first goals was to actually have an employee. Back then, it was all 1099 stuff.
Right.
So I wanted to be able to get to a point where I could actually put someone on the books and provide unemployment and workers' comp. When that was my biggest, hugest milestone and goals and I never thought that we would get to that point, but it happened. I kept pushing, and the fear was there, like, oh my God, it's going to be so much more expensive. You know what I mean? Workers' compensation is $0.25 per every dollar you pay the guy, and then unemployment, you know, $9,000 a year per employee. You know what I mean? So it's like, and these are all things no one thinks about. I'm just thinking, hey man, I just want to have employees someday.
Yeah, right. That's,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking
that's
it's going to cost me an extra $250,000 a year for just 10 employees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks of this, but we did it. We made it. We got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got. So if anyone got injured, you know what? You recovered. Go to the hospital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if they fall off the roof, they got seriously injured. You know what I mean? I'm not saying just because you cut your finger or whatever, throw some duct tape on it, you'll be all right. But I'm saying if someone got seriously injured, everyone's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We have the correct insurances in place.
Amen.
All the insurances. We have umbrellas over umbrellas over umbrellas. But you know what I mean? The insurances that we have are ridiculous. But you know, then our second biggest milestone was health insurance. Now I want to provide health insurance. You know, and I was nervous. I was scared because it's another expense. You know what I mean? And a big expense that continues to keep getting more and more expensive every year, no matter what you do. Unless you want to cut corners and make it like a $10,000 or $15,000 deductible, but who wants to pay that before you even get covered for anything?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So we keep the deductible down, which you know, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but I think we offer a good, you know, it's Aetna. You know, your regular insurance with your eye and optical and dental and stuff like that, and then you know, and now our next big goal, which we almost were right there pre-pandemic, is we were going to offer 401k.
Yeah, but you guys will be able to do it. That won't be a problem.
No, I don't think so either. You know what I mean? I just want to, you know, I do. There, you know, I have.
But you guys stay focused.
Yeah, I have thoughts about you know what may come in the fall. You know what I mean? I want to be prepared. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Do I think the momentum's going to carry us through it like it did this first round? But I really do, but I keep thinking to myself, well, it hasn't even gone away. So what's going to be different in the fall than right now? Because everyone's just kind of like doing their thing right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is it really going to be any worse in the fall than it is right now? Because I haven't seen the numbers decline. Not to get off on my opinion on anything like that, but I'm just
These are run an economy.
These are things that
gotta
run
think
through
about
my,
it, man.
that go through my mind on a daily basis.
That's
Like
important.
you know, and the thing is, do we want an estimator right now, or do we want to wait until spring? And it's kind of like, you know what? This whole time that I've been in business has been a gamble.
Yeah, man.
Every decision I make is a gamble. You know what I mean? And I can't let fear control me. and
Right.
and keep.
But you know
pumping
what?
the
You
brakes.
let it keep you on the human level and humble, right?
Right.
So a lot of people either go in a cave and wait for the flag. You've seen it in restaurant business a
Right,
lot,
yeah.
right? Or they come out too hard and they lose the thing. And you do it in a way of really, you think a lot, you never sleep, right? And God bless you. But you do an amazing job, man. You and your whole team of coming together. Look, what about this? What about that? What about this?
Mm-hmm.
And then saying, you know what? Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
We're gonna do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And then once you make that decision,
Right.
you put the hammer in.
Absolutely. You
Like
know, in
Ronnie
direct
does.
deposit, there were so many different milestones to
Direct
my whole
deposit,
career.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the direct deposit, and whether if people may not have liked that at first, but what that does for someone, okay, so
Think
you
about
can
COVID.
you can put $10 a week in a savings account. So not only have we made, like, okay, how can I explain this?
An
Okay.
opportunity for people to
Yeah.
easily save money.
Yes, exactly.
And have
To-
Christmas
in
funds.
order to better themselves, whether
Yeah.
if they knew it or not.
That's
If they took
huge.
advantage of that, I bet right now most people have more money in the bank than they did pre-direct deposit.
I mean, you think about COVID, you weren't
know what I'm
getting
saying?
checks.
If they set it up that way.
Yeah.
You know, and I give myself a paycheck each week.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all I take from the company. I'm not a skimmer, I don't take off the top, I don't take off the bottom. You can ask him. I probably should take more money, but I don't. I'm terrified. Always have been terrified. Everything gets rolled right back into the business.
Yeah.
I set a savings account up. Okay? That has been one of the greatest things that I have ever done for myself because it's in there and I forget about it. And Kim had a discussion she thanked me the other day because I talked her into opening up a savings account.
Amen.
Right.
Like, or I don't know if I talked her in. I think she had a savings, but I told her take $100 a week or $50 a week and just because you can split it into your accounts. And she thanked me the other day, and she like high-fived me and told me
that's
what she
awesome.
had in it. She's
Yeah.
like, "You'll never believe what I have in it."
Praise God.
You know, and what's cool about it is through the pandemic, none of us are spending money right now. So it's like, no shit, we got more money than we did pre-pandemic. But thank God for direct deposit.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that
Right.
was one of those things that it was like one of those things that just make paid holidays, paid vacations, all of these things. It's like I can't even fathom it right now. Now that I'm really thinking
Keith,
about
Rick, Pete.
all of this, it's kind of
Right.
like
It's
Right.
amazing.
Like
we
I-
can't play scared through this whole thing, man.
Oh my God,
You know, you said about we everything that we're doing here, we're rolling the dice and we're gambling.
Mm-hmm.
The fortunate thing about our gamble is we get to play with our cards.
Right.
We can stack the deck because we got great employees.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the odds are in our favor when we're gambling.
Absolutely.
So like we'd almost be foolish not to.
the house always wins, brother.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, that's what I'm saying, man.
You got TC back.
I'm
We're
a
like the
gambler, bro.
Eagles.
Right, me too. Me
That
too,
one with the
obviously.
backup, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Boom,
Right.
the underdog.
I'll play our
top
odds any day,
dogs.
man.
Yeah, man.
I'll play our
Yes.
odds any day.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we're not letting up
Passion,
anytime
man.
soon.
No.
With the marketing that we've been doing for the remodeling end of things is exceeded my expectations. It really did. It has, and it is. I have some other things in the works that I'm not quite ready to do yet because I know they're going to work tenfold. Like tenfold. Like I think what's happening right now is ridiculous. Wait till I implement my next plan.
Nice.
For real, dude. It's going to be
Nice.
ridiculous. We're going to need 10 people answering the phones,
Oh.
but that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I believe it, man.
You know what
I
I'm
believe
saying?
it. I love
And
it.
that's how it's going to be. We're going to have a whole call center. We're going to have telemarketers. I mean, it's going to be off the chain. I mean, it's really going to be off the chain.
Yeah.
We just need to position ourselves to be in that place. And before the fall comes, know that something else is going to happen great to
Man, you're
push
awesome.
us through that.
Yeah.
He is
Do-
the best.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make
Vic,
sure
you're
that
awesome.
we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Victory
I believe
security.
that wholeheartedly, man.
I
I
will.
believe that. I 100% believe that.
I won't do my damn
Yeah, I
best.
mean, we're honored and humbled to be a part of. We love this culture. We love
Yeah,
TC
man.
Backer, Horizon
I
Lawns.
love everybody that works for us, man. I feel like they're a family. I feel like that dad sometimes, like I don't know if anybody can relate to this or not, but like growing up as a kid where you didn't see your dad a lot because he worked so many hours. I feel like
Randy,
that dad
Sea Smoke.
with our company because I feel like sometimes I can't pay attention enough
Please share.
to my coworkers to give them that time that they deserve from me.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if I have blown someone off or if I've had tunnel vision and walked right by you, that doesn't mean I'm not grateful for you or that I don't appreciate what you do. It's because I'm focused and know this. I'm working for you. Do you know what I mean? And I wholeheartedly feel that way, whether if I want to or not. It's ingrained in me to care for other people, and probably too much. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Probably too much, and I get taken advantage of. But you know what? To watch the people roll in there with new vehicles, motorcycles, multiple vehicles. Keith, I don't even know how many vehicles that boy's got. Like, for real. You know what I mean? He should just buy one brand new vehicle and be done with it.
And to see Keith and his son in there.
He never will.
But he's got all these. He's got Trans Ams and Camaros and motorcycle and his toys. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck's buying stuff and Bob bought himself a truck and some other things and is redoing his house. You know, the fence and some other things and you know, just. Dude, that's right there. That's what it's about. If nothing else good happened at the end of the week, I needed to just remind myself of that right now.
Amen. Yeah, that's
because
amazing.
That's what just made it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
And you know what's even better than that? My intermediate family at home feels the same exact way. So when I am that dad that's not home enough, paying attention to my family, they know what mission I'm on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they got my back all day, every day.
Amen.
I'll walk in the door and Rocket's like, I love you, Dad. Thank you. Like, for real, like, I'll get random text messages from Jana throughout the day, and she'll just say thank you.
That's awesome.
Not where you at, what's going on,
yeah, man.
who are you with, you know, none of that. You know what I mean? She'll just send me, I love you, or thank you.
Man needs that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It makes it all worthwhile, and I feel the same love at work because I have my work family and I have my home family, but really it's all the same family.
Right.
You know, and Jana's as grateful as I am for everyone else too.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
We
I
love
should
her.
get her more involved, and Christy should come down one night and get on the show. You know what I mean? And just, you know, the life of a contractor's wife.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. You know
Well,
what I'm
just
saying?
supporting like that. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, this is a whole economic culture, right? Like the economy moves,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you know, wherever you move. So if it's Northern Maryland, Delaware, Central Pennsylvania,
Right.
that's a lot of lives.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And a lot that you don't even know about.
Dude, there's over 150 people, if we think about it. If we broke out our subs, and we do use subcontractors, but they only work exclusively for us. I'm not going to sit here and lie to someone that, yeah, we have all in-house employees. Yes, we have a boatload of employees, but we can't do what we do without having subcontractors.
Right.
And any company that's out there advertising saying that they don't use subcontractors, bullshit, because they've called me to go do their work before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let me just be straight about that.
You
So
guys
anyone
are-
that says like, oh no, don't bring subcontractors, or you'll see a van in your parking lot that's got Maryland tags. Well, my truck's got Delaware tags.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't mind what tags are on the vehicles. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got vehicles from here to Virginia to Delaware. Do you know what I'm saying? And Maryland.
Well, that's a good point for people to hear. That's a great point for
You know,
people to
we
hear.
use subcontractors, but we've trained our subcontractors, whether it be safety training, GAF certified training, you know, the rubber roofing training that the guys, we're getting that thing inspected.
Yeah.
Did we have to? No, we could have flew under the radar on that.
Yeah.
We could have. We could have
Absolutely.
accessed the building from
yeah.
behind
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
figured it out and manipulated
No,
it
but
somehow.
when that thing's done, not only could we get that inspected by a city inspector, but I could bring a Firestone inspector up there.
Absolutely.
And you want to talk about an inspection?
Yeah,
Bring a Firestone
For real.
inspector up onto a Firestone rubber job.
yeah.
You're, that thing
So
will
there's
pass
going to be
Firestone
stone on
inspection.
top of that at the end?
No.
No. Firestone is the brand of rubber.
Okay.
Firestone
Like the
makes the
tire?
car tires.
Oh, okay.
They
okay,
also
they're
make
rubber.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
make
Okay.
rubber roofing.
Okay.
material.
Yeah.
All right.
And their inspectors are some of the hardest inspectors to get past, man. You gotta have a good roof.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee you, when we walk away from
GAF,
that thing,
they're coming out and inspecting.
that's going to be able to be inspected by a Firestone inspector.
Well,
So-
see, I mean, the thing is it's, you know, I think when people say things like that, it doesn't even really matter when you say subcontractor employee, because it's a culture, right? So when I watched it, I wouldn't have known any different.
Mm-hmm.
Because you watched the team and Chris was leading it and everyone was like,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then your sign is hanging up,
Yeah, man.
right? Two
Yeah, man.
stories up in the air.
Right.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
know that.
you know what I mean?
That's
And then you're on social media. I mean, but, you know, people use their own sense. They're smart enough. They think about it. They get 3 estimates,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I wouldn't deal with a company that wasn't on social media, man. I mean, I wouldn't. You know, and you've had all these people coming on since you've been on, and yeah, there's been a lot to do it on their own, but you guys have pushed the envelope. When you went to the home shows, you unveiled the, you know, it's like a bull and having the red thing. You guys held up the red thing and said, here. You know, and everyone went running. So you guys do an amazing job. We appreciate everything. So we got some more stuff in store for next week. And you might see us before then. So, you know, you might see us before next week, but we're going to be on. This is episode 26. We appreciate it. TC Backer Construction, behind the Toolbelt. They're looking for sales professionals. They are also looking for estimators, someone with a CAD. You know, you would be an information gatherer, and you already know if when you hear this. I probably don't even describe it well, but you know, reading blueprints, taking information, making sure resources meet blueprints, right? Like I worked for a lot of contractors, and if there had to be 80 pipes, you had the one guy or girl that came out and made sure everything added up before the job started, and the material equaled out.
Right.
For every reason, and it was by code, right? Because they might have said the wrong bolts that didn't even go in it, and you know, so before people having to come out there and waiting around, it's just a final machine. But if you're that person, after all that, message them, please. TC Backer Construction. If you're a sales professional, message them. If you're someone that loves to work outside and you have experience and you're a good, like you don't need someone to teach you how to do it. You just need them to teach you the culture. And how their culture runs. Then they're looking for you for roofing, siding, windows, doors. If you know how to do that stuff, message them, please. So tag somebody, share this in a group. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are just amazing. I just want to tell you how much I love you. I'm so glad to be a part of this culture and this community. And we love TC Backer.
Shows, man. You know, you came down there on the ruckus today, taped some stuff. You know, you out there with us, so
it was great. You know, watching you know, it's like, man, I become more ingrained with the culture, and I see why people do, because you watch everyone else around, and they're jacked up over roofs and windows and doors and siding. No, for real, right? I'm like, man, y'all are jacked up over this roof, man. It's a roof. They're like, no, man. I'm like, wow, tell me more about it, right?
Yeah.
And then the guys like today.
We're making construction sexy again, bro.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
And serious.
And one of my favorite things to say, Shane, I say it on this show all the time. If you wake up and you do what you love to do every day, you'll never work a day in your life, man.
That's right.
Boom.
Absolutely. Amen to that.
Bam.
Yep.
Keep doing it. We appreciate you. We love this. Share this. If you come in the replay, hit a 9. God bless you all. Put your town on. Tag a friend. And stay happy. We love you.